Hello and welcome back to Living Not Existing. As always, I'm Josh, and well, on today's episode, what I'm planning on getting done is making a bit more further progress on the big shed. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to get cracked straight on and dig out what is made already of the base. Dig that out from all the weeds, because all the weeds have just grown up through it like wildfire. And over the last week, like literally the stuff where that Ruth was moving over to dig over that area the other day with the help of Pauline and Rachel, all that stuff there has been overgrown by weeds already. The past week, with it being sort of warm and wet, has it's really just made everything grow like wildfire. It's crazy. So the actual shed base has been just absolutely eaten by the weeds. So I'm going to get that all cleared out first job, and then make a start on trying to get some more progress done to it, be it whether I add some more bits into the base and start doing a bit of that myself, or what I'm thinking is potentially trying to see if I can actually, just by myself, move the shed off of the caravan chassis trailer and sort of into position, and sort of maybe try and put it together a bit there, and then change my direction of the way around and doing it. Because I've actually just been this morning and sort of like early afternoon getting a few bits and bobs that I acquired through work to actually go in the big shed, but they can't go in the big shed because I haven't got a big shed yet. So I need to get it up because the stuff needs to go inside, which I will show you why, because of what it is in a minute. But yeah, so that's what I'm going to be doing today, as well as hopefully if I can manage to get time and stuff like that, and depending on how things go with the shed, whether I'm able to move things, I'm going to be basically getting things potted on, because I haven't managed to in the past week. But I did manage to make some progress on my T4 and found out that my cylinder head is actually knackered when I actually got it stripped off, if you saw that episode. But yeah, so Archie, leave the stone. So I've got Archie here with me today, but Rachel isn't here as she's actually gone on holiday. And my parents last week were on holiday, and they actually brought me back a few little bits and bobs of things to grow. And so what I've got is some cacti seeds. So I've got them, and then also they don't even know really what these are, apart from there's some sort of tropical fruit. They went to Gran Canaria, the same place in which Rachel and her family have actually gone as well, actually. But yeah, they also got me these seeds here, which are some sort of small nectarine and stuff, and I think some of them were off from below the palm trees as well, so they're like palm nuts or something like that, I think. So, but they weren't too sure which ones they were, apart from they know that all of them are edible, because they were asking the tour guide on the tour thing they were going on. So he was picking ones up and then giving them the actual fruits, and they saved them out of the fruit. So I know that they're okay eating things, so it's just a case of seeing if they'll grow. So obviously I'll have to grow them in a greenhouse, so that'll be a bit of a future project once I've got a bit more of a hot growing area for them. But yeah, so that's that on that side of things. But that did remind me from last year about the fact that I got those when I was away, the Venus flytrap seeds, and also the unusual type of fruit, the titty melon. So I need to dig them out, and then I'll try and get them planted as well, and see if I can have a go at growing them and see what they grow like. So yeah, but that's it. So I'm just gonna crack on now, really, and start digging out the shed base, and I'll also I'll quickly show you the new things I got and show you about again. So yeah, I'll see you outside in a second. Right, so here you go. Here are the new things that I've got. So basically what I've got, as you can obviously sort of see, is I've got some leather seats. A couple of them are recliners as well to go in the shed, just for some nice seating, as well as a couple of little filing cabinet things, and a couple of little coffee tables as well. They're just going to all be stuck in the big shed, just as a bit of a seating area, a nice area to sit in. But then yeah, so that's that as far as those things go, really. Just wanted to show you those new bits and bobs I just acquired, which is quite good. But then as for the actual shed base around here, as you can see, it is completely buried, and in the area in which obviously more work needs to be done. So I need to get to work on chopping all those bits down, all the weeds there, so then I can start putting more of these cross beams in, stuff like that. But so I'm going to start by chopping that stuff down, and then I'm going to see if I can manage to somehow drag those big pieces of shed over and into position, and see if I can even get them screwed together as well, and the shed sort of assembled a bit on there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm then going to put the OSB sheeting down on top once I've got the shed up already, just because I need to get some sort of dry storage. Some sort of dry storage to put all of these bits and bobs in. And because obviously at the moment, as you can see there, I've just sort of put a bit of polythene sheeting over it, but it's not ideal really, and it's already starting to like spit with a bit of rain today typically when I've just picked these up. So yeah, I'm just going to get cracked straight on now and start trying to clear that out. So I'll get to work on doing that, and I'll show you when I've got some progress done. Right, so I've now got all those nettles and stuff chopped down from within all the base there. I've just left them in place just for now. I haven't bothered dragging them out, but I have dragged over, as you can see, obviously sections of the big shed. And tell you what, that was quite hard, that, considering that, well, the side piece here that you can see is actually 16 foot long, so to drag that all the way over from on there by myself and not destroy any crops in the process was quite a hard thing to do, and probably a bit of a daft idea trying to do it by myself. And so but on that, with the trying to do things by myself, I've just, obviously where that gas bottle is, tried to use that as a bit of a prop to try and prop things up and then think about screwing them together. But it's just, I'm absolutely just flogging myself trying to get things done by myself like that. So I'm going to make some phone calls, and I'm going to see if I can manage to get an extra pair of hands down here tomorrow to come and help me out for getting that put up. That should be good. And yeah, and do that, because I can't really do it by myself, because I'm trying to prop it up and it's all flopping about and then falling over and either nearly crushing me or crushing crops or something or other anyway. So I'm going to call it quits for today on trying to put that shed up. I'm just going to put these two panels just laid down just so they can't fall over or anything, or go flying in the middle of the night should winds pick up or anything like that. But yeah, and then also it's raining and I'm getting drenched through. So what I'm going to do is, as I say, call it quits on that, and I'm going to head into the greenhouse and start potting on things that need potting on. So I'll see you in the greenhouse in a second. Right, so I'm now here in the greenhouse, and as you can see, obviously I've got all the plants that are going to be getting potted on around me here. Well, apart from the watermelon and the sprouts that are back there, they're not getting potted on today. But yeah, so barring that, the rest of these is what I'm going to be potting on. So I've got my tomatoes here, the three different types, which are Moneymaker, Red Cherry and Tamina. And it just looks like a bit of a jungle at the moment, so you can't really tell what's what, but they actually are in lines, and you can see that when you look at the base of them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start off by potting on the tomatoes, because obviously they drastically need potting on. So what I'm going to do is basically, if you remember before, a couple of weeks back, I bought this big pack of pots. So I'm going to get this open and basically just start potting them on. So what I'm going to be doing is basically just get one of the little pots, and then when it comes to potting it on, I'll just show you the process of what I'm going to do, because obviously these are all just in a big tray as opposed to like the California Wonder Peppers, for example, like where they're in like little cubes. So I mean, I will have to thin those ones out, but what I could do with the cubes, for example, is you just give the sides a squeeze and it'll just pull out as the cube, should the root ball be tight enough, and then that can just go straight in. But whereas when they're in a big tray like this, all the roots knock together at the bottom, and it's a right nightmare to try and split them apart. So yeah, so anyway, what I'm doing is I'm just putting a bit of soil in one of the pots, and then in order to be able to get these out, you just sort of grab at the base of one of the plants and sort of give it a fair bit of grip to get out, and just wiggle away with pulling it up as well at the same time. Gradually wiggle away and it'll unknot itself to the best of its ability, and you'll end up with one of your little plants. Now this is actually one of the little Taminas. Now these probably would say have got the fewest germination rate, so we'll see what they actually grow like. So basically, same as anything, putting it in the pot and then just surround it with some more compost until it holds its own in. Giving the compost a bit of a gentle pat down as you go on. Just Siri trying to talk to me there. But yeah, so just doing that like so until it's all nicely planted and happy by itself like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to carry on with the rest of these, and then each one of these I'm also going to be sticking a label in it so I know which plant's which, because obviously the tomato plants basically all look the same. So obviously I'll write that on what it is, but I'm going to set them all up like that and have them all set out all over here. So I'm going to crack on with these tomatoes, and then when I've done them I'll carry on and do the ghost chilies and the California wonder peppers. So I'll crack on and do that, and I'll show you that when I've got things plotted on. Right, so I've now potted on the tomatoes, well, nearly all of them anyway. There's still a few left, as you can see there, of the red cherries and the money makers. I totally underguessed how many plants had actually come through, and I'm going to have to get another one or two of these trays, of these little pots to pot things onto, or even get a bigger size pot and then just not have to pot them on again, basically. But so I'm going to have to go for a shopping trip to B&Q or something like that to get some of them, but that'll have to be tomorrow now, as all the shops are closed. So as you can see on here, I've now got 10 moneymaker plotted on, 12 red cherry, and another 10 Tamina is what I've got there. Well, so actually no, sorry, it's 11 Tamina, because I actually found 2 little ones when I was potting them on. But yeah, so that's that. And then as far as the ghost chilies go, I got them all potted on as well, which is quite good. And what I've done is I've actually, so the ones that were in the tray, I've obviously just put into the pots there, and they were obviously bigger and better and growing better when they were in the compost from the start. And then the ones that were growing in the tin, I've potted on there and left one of them in the tin just as a bit of an experiment. Now on the tin itself, it does actually say to move it on, to pot it on into a good quality compost once they're 10 centimeters tall. So I don't know if that's 10 centimeters or not. I can't tell just by looking by eye if it is or isn't. But but none of them grew as well at all in whatever that so-called composty stuff in there is. So what I've done is obviously I've potted these 2 on, and I'm just going to see how well they grow in comparison to the one that I've left in there, and just see what happens, because I've got plenty of them, so it's no biggie should it die off, but just be interesting to see. Then obviously, as you can see, the California wonder peppers I haven't even got to touch because I ran out of all the pots. So yeah, that's it for today really. So I might as well turn the camera around and round up, because there's nothing really else I can do today. Right, well, it's come to that time of day again. Time to round things up and say goodbye. So thank you all very much for watching today. Hope you enjoyed seeing the sort of progress going on. So you managed to get plenty of things potted on, but be able to carry on with that again over this bank holiday weekend, getting things done with that, as well as hopefully tomorrow or even the Monday, depending on how things go. Hopefully I manage to get a second pair of hands at the least to be able to put that big shed up and be able to get that sorted. So but that's it for today. So because obviously I need to go on a shopping trip, as I've said, to get some more pots so I can carry on with the potting on. And there's not really anything I can do outside as it's, well, chucking it down. So I don't really feel like digging in the rain. It doesn't really sound very nice. So I'm going to give that a miss. But yeah, so as I say, thank you all very much for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, hit the little bell button. Check out the Facebook and Instagram links below. And yeah, until next time, I'm Josh, been living not existing. Goodbye.